We're joined now by one of the members of Congress who will be tasked with now enacting President Biden's agenda. Democratic Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee of Texas joins us today. Congresswoman Lee, thank you for being here. You have been in Congress for 7 inaugurations now. What stuck out to you about today?
Oh, this was overwhelming today. It was the wind beneath our wings after a season of divisiveness, metal fencing, and darkness. What a bright day when Joe Biden, a son of working men and women, the symbol of the work that America does every day, indicated that he was going to put his soul into working on behalf of the American people, not himself, but the American people. And then to historically see the first woman of color, African American, with South Asian heritage, become the Vice President of the United States. I had an extra treat by seeing Vice President and President Pro Tem Kamala Harris lead the Senate for the very first time. And so this was a magnificent day, and it really was a day for all of America. That was the focus, I think, that President Biden wanted to leave with us out of his inaugural address. He is here to unify the nation.
And Congress, as well as the White House, are now both controlled by the Democratic Party. What do you expect the first big policy pushes to be?
Well, I think clearly the president made it clear, and that is that he is determined to beat COVID-19. We had no agenda for COVID-19 in the past year, none whatsoever. Haphazardly, we were able to secure 2 major vaccines, but the distribution has gone awry. The testing early on went awry. We couldn't get PPEs. So now this president is going to take this under his charge, working with local governments and state governments. I applaud that. I've introduced the COVID-19 Delivery Act of 2021, and it puts in place a federal system that is going to make sure that we push these vaccines out to every part of America so that we can reach the 75% capacity that we need to reach. Joe Biden is going to take charge with his COVID-19 task force, and we're going to see Americans who are desirous of getting vaccinated, getting teachers vaccinated, getting essential workers, but regular Americans getting schools back in, businesses up and running, and beating COVID-19. That's one of them. Of course, there'll be many other issues like climate change, racial justice. He mentioned that as well. And of course, the economic opportunities for our fellow Americans.
Now, despite the party's control of both the White House and Congress, a big focus of President Biden's address today was on unity and working together. We also, just moments ago, heard the new Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer emphasizing that he heard that message loud and clear, and he gets it, that we have to work together in order to make progress. So what do you think or hope to see from the Democratic Party to try to foster that message, especially in light of recent events?
Well, I think we're already beginning that by the messages not only of the president, but the majority leader. We have seen Republicans who we engaged with at the inauguration. Kevin McCarthy participated in the inauguration and I know understood the need for hard work. Senator McConnell's speech on the floor of the Senate that I just heard, along with Majority Leader Schumer, was about unity and representing those who voted for Joe Biden and did not, and that the Senate took that seriously and wanted to be able to work along those lines. Let me be very clear. It'll be a failure for Republicans if we don't win the battle against COVID-19. It won't be a failure for Democrats. It'll be a failure for the Congress, of which Republicans and Democrats are in. It will be a failure if we cannot stand up the economic apparatus to help all Americans. So we are all stakeholders. We worked with Republicans before, and I think Joe Biden has the right kind of spirit and leadership and knowledge, along with Kamala Harris, who just came out of the Senate, a lot of respect for us to be able to get the job done. Any failure will not be a Democratic failure. It'll be a failure of this Congress, and it will reflect as well on Democrats and Republicans. We're not going to let that happen as Democrats. We're not going to fail. We're going to get the job done, and we welcome our Republican colleagues to work with us many times they can, and we hope that they will be able to do so the American people can see what real democratic government is all about.
And if I can, I'd like to touch on a more personal note for you, too, because I know that you and Vice President Kamala Harris are both members of the Black sorority Alpha Kappa Alpha. So what did it mean to you to see the first woman and first Black American there being sworn in as Vice President of the United States?
Well, it was something that I said early on when she received the nomination, is that we finally got to the mountaintop that we could only dream about. And that's what I saw today, that we had risen to that mountaintop, standing on shoulders of women like Sojourner Truth and Shirley Chisholm and Barbara Jordan and Hillary Clinton and many, many others who pioneered beforehand. But my sorors, who are part of the oldest sorority, are most humbled and honored because she is truly a committed member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. We wear the pink and green, and we wear it in the name and honor of our founders who believed in the empowerment of women, but also believed in women as leaders and women as do-gooders. I think our Vice President is a leader. She will empower women and others around the nation. And she certainly is someone who has done good and wants to do good alongside of President Joe Biden. We could not be more humbled and could not be more honored. Alpha Kappa Alpha, AKA my sorors, are ecstatic. Having just celebrated their Founders Day, we now have a Vice President of the United States of America, a true result of the founding women who founded this great sorority in the early 1900s.
All right, quite some bragging rights there. Democratic Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, pleasure to have you. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.